Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is my 86 GMC Vandura. It's LS swapped. It's got dual exhaust, 700 R4 transmission. So today we're going to work at some tailpipes for it. Did the swap. I got the mufflers on there. We started using it right away. We never finished the tailpipes, so I picked up a kit, vevor, Amazon purchase, and we're going to see if we can piece this thing together and make a functional set of tailpipes for it. So let's get started. So that's the kit that I got. Pretty cheap. I think it was $149 on Amazon. Gives you a couple of each pieces, some 48-inch long straight ones. I wish these were a little more gradual. That's to go over the diff, you know. But we'll see if we can make that work. Anyways, I think we're going to start by putting the tailpipes where we want them. I did buy some hangers as well, and we'll kind of work our way back to the mufflers. You're not going to see what's underneath, so I want to make sure those tailpipes are where I want them. So let's do that first. All right. Oh, this kit even came with a creeper. That's handy, eh? So the most important part about tailpipes is how they look, because everybody else is going to see them. So I'm thinking I'm going to come out the sides on both sides like this, and should look pretty decent. I got these hangers. You just clamp them on, you know. So that's going to go in there somewhere. Let's have a look underneath here. See what we got to work with. So you can kind of see the muffler right there. You have to come over the diff and then wind up right here somewhere. So I'm going to start by putting a couple pieces together and hang this tailpipe and see what kind of cuts we need to make there to make that all work together. So all right, so get this on there. I'm reusing some old clamps I had because I forgot to buy some. So this will do for now. I can always change them out after. So I do like these style of hangers. They've got the rubber on them, and yeah, I think I want this something like that, but we'll tighten this up, put this kind of where I want it, thinking something like that. I think I want it closer to hugging the bottom of the van a bit more, but my hanger's too long for that. Huh. Alright, so I got it kind of temporarily hanging there, sort of where I want it. And that looks pretty good. It's about where the factory tailpipe was previously, so I think that's what we're shooting for right there. Sticks out just a little bit, but not too much. I was worried about it being close to that mud flop for whatever reason, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, so that's what we're going for. Now we're going to see what kind of cuts we need to make to tie that in. So we're pretty well lined up with the muffler, which is basically right in front of that. So we're now get the section that goes over the diff figured out. So they give you these pieces here, which are way too tight of a bend. I'm not sure how other people deal with this, but I think what I'm going to do is cut a pie shape out of there and try to open up the bend a bit, so we end up with more of a gradual bend. I feel it's going to work better for us that way, and if it doesn't, we'll just figure it out. But I think right now that's probably the best bet. Alright, so now that I've butchered that piece, I was looking at this, and this looks more like what I'm looking for. That's about the right transition I'm looking for to get over that diff. So I'm going to see if I can use some of this stuff to piece that together. That's going to go there. This would have fit in there, which it doesn't. I'm just making this up as I go here, trying to utilize what I have. And I don't have a mandrel bender to bend any more of these pieces, so I'm relying on the bends that I have or can make. Let's see here. Definitely lots of piecing together when it comes to something like this. Let's see here. Not the prettiest looking thing, that's for sure. So, in theory, this went under the cable? I don't know. Yeah, probably under the cable. I'm gonna go take the burr off of that. It's not a work of art, that's for sure. First, that cable is like right in the way. Not a guy who uses a parking brake, so that might disappear. They probably don't work anyways, right? So that might end up coming out of there. This is literally right in my way. I guess tie up this parking brake cable so it's not in my way. Every time I use these green tie wraps, reminds me of my good buddy Phil. So, I may end up having to weld this to the muffler, which I don't like, but I don't think I have a choice. It's too long though. I'm going to cut an inch off of it. Okay, I had to shorten the hanger because it was just too long. And now, just trying to get this angle right. I don't know if you guys can see anything here, but so that's gonna go somewhere like that. There's nothing that drives me crazier than a guy driving around with a nice truck and a crooked tailpipe. So there's no way to do this but to tack it and cut it off every time, which is really annoying. Well, got it all tacked together. That's kind of what it's going to look like. And that's the bit going over top. It's not too bad. So that's what it looks like. Don't look too closely, but I'll weld it all together. It'll be good and solid, and you're not going to see any of this anyways. But a good little tip here: when you're assembling it, make sure you mark it so it doesn't change on you between the vehicle and the welding table. And yeah, that's it. That's the tailpipe. So I'm gonna weld that sucker together. All right, it's all welded up. Should be all right. Don't look at the welds too close. They're not as good as Peg's welding, that's for sure. If you've never watched Zip Ties and Bias Plies, go have a look. Interesting channel. And the guys from Alberta weld way better than the guys from the Ottawa area, that's for sure. I've left this. I haven't welded this yet. I'm just going to make sure it's cocked right before I weld that up. Double check. Measure twice, cut once. And then I'm not sure if we're going to weld it to the muffler. Probably should. But I'd rather clamp it on, so I'm going to see what I can do down there. Well, she's on. Looks pretty good. I think that'll be just fine. These curves are a pain in the butt, you know, but if it was simple, everybody would do it. So, all right, time to get the other one done. Well, there's number 2. I didn't make you watch that one. Pretty much repeat performance of the first one, other than a couple of different angles on it. And I left the last bit loose to be able to turn and sort of pull in and out and adjust a bit. Give me a little bit of adjustability. Once I find where it's got to go, then I'm going to put some just mark it with a marker and bring it back here and weld it. But I want to try it on. After you weld, it pulls a bit, so want to make sure the welds are so This is from China, right? So you don't, your weld, one weld is perfect, the next weld is all over the place. So, but it should be just fine. Pretty happy with the way it went together. I'll show you guys underneath afterwards. The only thing I would have done differently that I notice here is I would have put this a little further back, and I can still do that. You know, I'm not doing it tonight, it's getting pretty late, but I may bring it back in here one night and add I don't know, 3 inches to the part that slips into the muffler, and I can slide it back the little bit that I need. So anyways, let's put this one on, see what it looks like. Not sure how much you're going to be able to see, but I'm going to try to wiggle that into the muffler without ripping off a brake line, because that would suck at 10 o'clock at night. Let's see here. I can't even see the muffler. Not sure how far that's on there. I did put a Sharpie line. Yeah, that's on all the way there now. I put a Sharpie line on the part that slips into the muffler, marking about 1 inch, so I know I need a minimum of that to get the clamp on there. 2 inches would be better, but you never know how far you'll be able to slide it on there. Okay, I gotta cut this, and I don't know. What do we think here? And you want to point your tailpipe down a little bit so that you don't get a bunch of moisture trapped inside the pipe, right? That's gonna come out a little more. Not touching anything vital. So I know you guys can't really see in there, but in the muffler, comes up and around over the diff, and then so seems all right. Okay, I'm gonna pop it off. I'm gonna mark this this little tip now that I've sort of selected where it's gonna go. I'm just gonna put a couple lines on it so it doesn't move. Go weld it all up, clamp it on, and call it a day. It came out pretty good, I guess. Those curves going over the diff, they're definitely the most challenging. But it's good to go. Only one thing left to do, and that's to start it. Let's see how it sounds. Well, that's it. I guess tailpipes probably took 4 or 5 hours, and a little bit of welding and clamping. Anybody can do that. If you don't have a fancy welder, you don't need one. You can get a cheapie on Amazon and be able to put this together no problem. And yeah, wasn't too bad at all. So another little thing off the list, and still a whole bunch more to do. Never-ending project, but that's all part of the fun. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not. See you on the next one.